we begin the final in Frankfurt, the last WTT Champions event of 2024. The player in the red is Wang Manyu, the top seed and world number 2 and the runner-up last year. Her opponent, Yidi, the reigning champion, the 2nd seed and the world number 4. They are meeting for the 12th time at international level. Wang Manyu has an 8-3 advantage in the head-to-head. However, Wang Yidi won the most recent meeting 4 without reply at the Champions event in Macau. There is a lot to take stock of here.
There is. It's a meaty head-to-head. In terms of the finals, they've played 5 previously. Wang Manyu has won 4 of those. Most notably the Singapore Smash final.
3-1.
What should we be looking for here?
We're going to see explosivity. We're going to see dynamism, dynamic movement. We're going to see lots of backhand-to-backhand rallies. Who can switch the direction of play?
4-1.
Generally speaking, it's the player who's leading 4-1 who is victorious when they meet. When Wang Yidi does do it, what is it that she does that's different from those other occasions? How can she beat her?
I think she's got so close in their previous meetings. Tactically, doesn't want to be going too hard. I think that she's got all the shots in her arsenal to defeat Wang Manyu. It's just how she gets that blend here. She doesn't have to protect her middle as much as Wang Manyu, as a taller player, has to protect hers. She's very solid in the backhand-to-backhand department, Wang Yidi. She can punch through. Quite loose receives. Very, very dangerous opponent here.
7-1.
What a compelling start this is from Wang Manyu.
8-1.
Just the one title this year for Wang Manyu, the Singapore Smash. 4 WTT Series titles in total for the pair of them.
1-9.
Unbelievable here, wow. Wang Yidi been left to feed on the scraps. There's only been one. Beautiful over the table. Flick that.
A better point, but she's been so controlled, hasn't she, by Wang Manyu in this first game.
So reliable, so stable, Wang Manyu. Wang Yidi might start serving with less spin.
10-2.
Whatever she does, she'll probably have to think about it in the next game rather than this one, because it's disappearing fast. Oh, that's a beautiful backhand. Super placements.
So compact here. Wang Manyu with a fanning backhand. Wang Yidi so decisive. That's what I'm talking about there, where she will punch through slightly loose touches. Should be home dry here, Wang Manyu, but bit of a late flourish here from Wang Yidi.
And those sorts of things can help significantly when it comes to going into the next game, if at least you feel like you're finishing positively.
Oh, there is a light.
Yes, I think that's pretty clear.
Okay.
On Manyu saying that there's some
4-10.
light source being emitted that's distracting her, understandably. I was about to say, what a great point that was from Wang Manyu to win it, but she didn't.
She played perfectly. Amazing parallel. Oh, Wang Yidi with an all cards on the table attempt. Dribbles over the net there.
This is very interesting. Back to 10-6 and 10-2.
This is more like Wang Yidi. She's here to play now.
Gosh.
Wang Manyu's lost a little bit of focus here.
6 of the last 8 points have been won by the player improbably chasing this first game. Well, eventually, it is Wang Manyu's game.
Yeah, the scoreboard can be misleading.
Love 1.
10-2 to 10-7. It's not good enough from Wang Manyu. You should be wondering why that happened. I do think it was more of a lapse in focus. Hasn't won so many titles this year, so trying to make winning a habit again.
It's rather worrying for the world if you can have a lapse in focus against Wang Yudi and still win a game.
Yeah. There's levels to this game here. Wang Manyu, a former world champion from 2021. Stunning player.
1-2.
Someone who has a 4% higher win rate against teammates than Wang Yidi.
Unless we forget someone who has 2 Olympic gold medals as well, along with...
Audience, please.
Well,
there is a disturbing light.
Yes. Some
Okay, there's a light
lights
between the
there,
seats over there.
proving very distracting. I was about to say, and 6 World Championship titles.
It's okay. 1-2. Three, 1.
Beautifully finished here from Wang Yidi. No giveaway with the four motion. Fades it. A barely attackable serve, but long enough.
Let 3-1. Three, 2.
Wang Manyu trying to start the rally here with a slower spin. Transferring her energy, but more up the back of the ball with this shot. Relaxing the grip and the forearm. Nice duel. More likely to get a passive ball out of Wang Yidi, which she can then try and finish with more direct shot.
3-all.
Crowd gripped in the Infinity Arena by this tense start to game number 2.
3-4.
Feels
Time is luxury, which is why we spend it designing and refining to make the
feels very different now, doesn't it, as a match?
It does. They're both settled. This is a very, very important match here. The last Champions match of the 2024 season. Both of these players who have already ensured qualification to the finals in Fukuoka will want to carry some momentum through into Japan.
Huge congratulations to all of the players who've made it to the WTT finals, which are coming up in a week and a half.
4-5.
This is one of those very tight games where neither player is really able to push heavily in front, although Wang Manyu is a lot more effective on serve at the moment.
Five all.
It was important that the Team China women played well here in Frankfurt after what happened in Montpellier, with Satsuki Odo becoming the first ever non-Chinese winner of a Champions event. Wanted to prove that was just a blip.
5,
So I think that these two can play without too much pressure on their shoulders in this final.
And indeed, her opponent today, Wang Yidi, beat Miwa Harimoto in the semi-final stage, one of the finalists in Montpellier.
Yeah, it was an all-Japanese final, wasn't it? Crazy.
6.
Lovely angle there, generated by Wang Manyu.
Floats the serve, basically no spin on that at all. Tough to flick with a lot of quality, and you can see how she sinks her right knee through there, despite the fact that it was put into her crossover section. She moves so well, Wang Manyu, for a more rangy player.
Seven, 6.
Yeah, goodbye. There's no getting that one.
Thank you very much. Making life very easy for the ball kids with shots like that.
Well, that one's even more right into the path of them.
Right through the back of the ball here with this backhand. How precise was that?
Seven, 8.
You can see the difference, you can hear the difference when a player goes from trying to come over the top of the ball, get that security of spin, and then when they really try and come through it with a finishing shot.
He's one of those players, Wang Manyu, who makes it incredibly hard to hold on to a lead against.
I think mentally she is so tough. That's what actually stands her apart from many other top Chinese stars. So hard to shake and stir.
Let 8 all.
You might think you've got a grip on a game, but you seldom do when it's Wang Manyu.
This is what she's so good at these kind of 7-all, 8-all situations, just pulling away. She finds ways to keep it simple, keep the fundamentals in mind under pressure. Doesn't overcomplicate it too much.
When we talk about fundamentals, that was really well demonstrated there by Wang Yudi. Secure rally from the trailing player.
He adapted there to that awkward one into the crossover. Wang Manyu trying to send it wider, create a juxtaposition there.
Such an important stage of the contest. 9-all in the second game.
Phenomenal shot tolerance. Wang Manyu had widened the serve.
Hey, how's it going?
Phil forgot to bring presents.
What dessert? Here we go. Don't mind if I do, thanks very much. The pudding, it's gone. It's actually a chilled dessert.
Nobody move. This is a crime scene. Taken on a lot this year, haven't you, Steve?
Yes. That's what smells.
Oh. Enough to drive a man to crime. Happy not making Christmas pudding this year, Mum?
Cranberry sauce is my thing now.
Cocktail, por favor.
Uncle Phil got invited last minute.
More the merrier.
And you were...
Peeling parsnips. All day.
You're lying.
Sorry, need to lay the table.
The dessert is gone.
Yeah, I know.
You brought it.
Yeah, I did.
Someone's taken it.
I know!
Can you pay attention, please?
We don't want to play this game.
It's not a game, it's a crime.
Chill out.
You're desperate.
No.
Bitter?
No.
Confess.
No.
Christmas is at stake.
Just a pudding.
Tell me what you saw.
Well, what did he say?
Dinner's ready.
That's enough. No more surprises in this house. In this house. In this house.
I've solved it.
Nikita Flick, look how she fends about these balls here.
She faces a game point. The runner-up from last time. Oh, and she dispatches that game point with such coolness.
That was a cold finish. That was emphatic. Changes the direction straight away, and that's something we haven't seen too much so far from either player. But what a time to produce a shot like that.
Let 10-all.
Those are the marginal moments that can sometimes lead you to victory. Oh, wonderfully done by Wang Yidi again. She's got another game point.
Well, sometimes you wonder why you see so many backhand-to-backhand rallies in the women's game, but look what can happen if you pivot to play a forehand. You're leaving that wide forehand exposed, which Wang Yidi on that occasion was so good against. Use that pace to perfection.
Time wasting.
And that will just add to the tension.
10-11.
A yellow card to Wang Manyu for taking too long with ball in hand. What defence, what a point though from Wang Yidi. She has the game and it's 1-all.
Love 1.
We're into game number 3 here in the final in Frankfurt. Best of 7, just to remind you. And still to come in our session, we have the men's final as Anton Shelbury faces Lin Shidong.
What's a day of table tennis here? Just 2 matches, but the matches that they are.
Not bad entertainment, is it? Pretty easy to see why we've got such a packed house here in Frankfurt.
Yeah. Been so much history made this latter part of the season, especially in Champions events. Particularly on the men's side. I mean, in the women's side, the Chinese are even more dominant.
This is utterly as clear as mud, isn't it, at the moment, in terms of who's going to take it?
There's barely any difference in basic fundamentals between the top Chinese players. The earliness of the timing, the physicality, the efficiency, it's something in which they all share. Having been mentored by the likes of Marlin, 2008 Olympic champion, who is up in the stands somewhere, we're told.
Yes, if you like your delving into the history of the sport, if you like to go back and look at famous moments, that win for Marlin in 2008 in Beijing. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
His reaction.
Oh, it's so emotional.
6-2.
These two, in terms of selection for, say, Olympics, are the next in line after Sunying Sha Chunmeng. So this cycle is going to be crucial. That's Wang Manyu featuring in the team. It was at the Saudi smash where a lot of things went down. It meant that Chunmeng was given a chance to defend her title.
Well, I said a moment ago that things was clear as mud. And since then, Wang Yidi hasn't won a point. Total transformation. She's 1-1 there. And needed it too, because this game is starting to really favour Wang Manyu.
Whistled through this one. Bit of frustration festering, I think, behind that shot.
9-3.
Wang Yidi's realised that she's going to have to change the direction of play a little bit more, because Wang Manyu has become more accustomed in the backhand to backhand exchange. Wang Yidi hasn't got that same willingness to pivot from the backhand side as Wang Manyu. She has to make it more of a backhand-orientated match for herself, while trying to get Wang Manyu out to wide forehand. You can see she's going for it as soon as possible, but cannot execute.
Now let's see how quickly Wang Manyu can get this game secured. Remember that she was at 10-2 in the first, ended up winning at 11-7. Yes, well, there's the answer to that. Wow, that's a different feel. This World Table Tennis Champions event. Lovely first point from Wang Yidi. It's difficult, isn't it, really, to say what needs to be done differently here from her perspective.
I think she was going for the right shots, but just couldn't execute in that last game. He wasn't fully prepared for the variation of Wang Manyu. You've got to pick your time, because sometimes, yeah, it's the right shot that you've gone for, but just not at the right time.
There's a real difference between changing and tweaking, between having to adopt a whole new strategy and actually just having to make some small refinements here and there. Some refinements are needed because Wang Manyu has won 12 of the last 16 points. But I think the essence of what you're saying, Fraser, is it's not a wholesale change needed by Wang Yidi, it's small things.
It's small things. She's such a good push player, Wang Yidi, but she's not able to do that against the shovel serve of Wang Manyu. She has to test the irregular transitions, perhaps trying to go as early as she can into the wide forehand of Wang Manyu, and then try and take her out the other side, really stretch her. The net there gave her some more time. Punches through nicely.
Yes, not every net cord is one that hampers the player in receipt of it. Sometimes it makes life wonderful.
Let Wang. 2-4.
all over that serve.
Realised from the contact that it'd be attackable. Wasn't a backspin one, more top spinny. Smothering play from Wang Yidi.
Ooh. 5-3.
That is ridiculously good from Wang Manyu. What did the ball do to you? Obviously not enough. It's a race for pace, and she won it with that one.
Interesting, that little injection of the forehand right at the conclusion.
She turns in the blink of an eye, doesn't she? It's something that we need to see more of from Wang Yidi. More willingness to commit and chase forehands. Good shot selection here. I think Wang Manyu is expecting something more powerful. Brushed the ball. Kicked away from Wang Manyu. So awkward, so shallow, spinny. Phenomenal quality.
See what your money can do. Search Chase Bank.
On the subject of phenomenal quality, beautifully played by Wang.
So aggressive. Perfect flicking again. A bunny hop forehand. Abbreviated stroke. There was already pace on the ball.
It's another of those really narrow leads against a player who's excellent at chasing down narrow leads.
And she's coming back.
6.
Like she so often does.
You see how relaxed Wang Manyu was when she played that. Acceleration coming into it. Only possible, really, if you're loose in your arm and your grip.
Just seems to be no concept of scoreboard pressure.
And because of what we saw Wang Manyu did in the last game, Wang Yidi will feel, I think, a little bit more pressure at this moment in time.
So important to get that one to nudge back in front. Well, there was no nudging in how she took it. It was emphatic and decisive. Beautiful. Gosh, what a hard shot to anticipate.
This is my favourite shot that she plays. Again, just shimmying the face of the racket slightly before to perhaps misdirect. Confuse Wang Manyu, but what a finish again. That time into the wide backhand.
Gets a little fortune from the net cord, but she's earned every bit of it in this game. Wang Yidi close to drawing it level. Brilliant. No mistake.
Love 1.
Beautiful reading of that shot.
Gobsmacking. What a read from Wang Yidi. Wang Manyu had adjusted her service position to play that shovel from the forehand. I think that was the right idea there from the former world champion. But now on receive. Hit the clamp on Wang Manyu's side there, not the table. Wang Yidi's point. If it hits the net apparatus, any part of it, and then the table, it does count.
7 of the last 8 points have gone the way of Wang Yidi.
Love forward.
It's another hugely engaging momentum shift in this match.
Wang Manyu's success rate after touching the ball has dropped like a sack of potatoes. She's struggling to prevent Wang Yidi from controlling with the backhand. That's why we've seen her try to adjust her service position to try and get in with a strong third ball. She managed to there. Oh my goodness!
Stunning from Wang Yidi. Unbelievable agility. There.
She was ready to go to the towel box. There, Wang Manyu. It came back. Relentless and undying effort from Wang Yidi.
She had the wingspan of a jet engine leaving Frankfurt airport there for a moment.
6-1.
It's amazing. Inside the table, she is the better player right now. Wang Manyu has to work on that, or she has to play longer sooner.
Let 2-6.
It's not just a massive crowd here in Frankfurt, it's a knowledgeable crowd. They really are scholars of the game, the German table tennis fans, and they are enjoying this with real sophistication. And that's why...
6-4.
Let the pictures speak for themselves. What a shot.
That is utter perfection in terms of placement.
After such a bold receive from Wang Yidi. That was a huge point right there. That was a momentum breaking point. Again, this third ball forehand kill. This flick. Time to perfection, and it has to be. Wow. These counters. Smothering. The timing of these forehands. Suffocating Wang Manyu, who defended valiantly, but he was relishing there, Wang Yidi. That was the pace, that was the rhythm which he'd wanted.
Can she hold on with only 3 further points required in this game? Wang Manyu making it as hard as she possibly can. But this is a good spell from her opponent.
That serve just coated with something a little bit different, and the flick of Wang Yidi is denied by the tape of the net. It was high enough, but it was difficult to deal with. She bit the bait.
Well. timeout has been called by Wang Yidi,
Timeout, Wang Yidi.
the player defending her title from last year.
8-0.
It's now 8 apiece.
He's wanting to finish the volley so quickly here, Wang Yidi. Too quickly. Shot selection has become a little bit blurred.
Let 8-0.
But she managed to pull away in an identical position last game.
But this is a brilliant spell from Wang Manyu.
So psychological. When Wang Yidi was in front, Wang Manyu slowed it right down, and now at this crucial juncture she's trying to take her by surprise with stronger attacks.
Sense of perhaps forcing the issue slightly for Wang Yidi, and a sense of an impending change as Wang Manyu looks as though she's going ahead. She has 2 big game points, and this would put her 1 away from the title. It never, frankly, seemed in doubt. Suddenly chasing. And chasing after being in control.
And she lost that control. She was trying to finish the point so quickly. She was snatching a few of the punches, not looking like she wanted to construct the rally too much.
And to look at it from the other perspective, from her perspective, she made virtually no mistakes.
She knew that Wang Yidi, she sensed that Wang Yidi was very keen to finish, so she slowed it all down, delayed matters as much as she could with clever touch play and push play. This match has been turned right on its head.
It's an alarming statistic that Wang Yidi winning only 3 of the last 16.
1-3.
That is devastating.
Delightful but devastating. She wasn't even behind it. She snapped through in scintillating fashion to play that down the line backhand Wang Manyu.
How impressive to play a point of that quality, of that strong construction at this moment of tension.
Punch down the line, she opened the wrist, came across that forehand, and then closes it to play into the forehand.
That was so much stronger technically.
It was so much better. She has the power, but she's got to think about the placement here, Wang Yidi.
5-2.
Wang Manyu is just a little bit more mindful of that right now. Crafty. Adjusting to play this forehand serve from the forehand side has been the key ingredient to make this possible.
2-6.
The Singapore smash winner, looking for her 2nd title of the season. And is close to it.
It's lovely control from Wang Yidi. Good ankle here. Sponged up the spin off of this ball here. Kept her posture, stayed low, nice redirection.
is the kind of point that if you're Wang Yidi, has got to feel fantastic to win.
The first forehand loop-to-loop trade between the two in this final. It started off with defensive play from Wang Manyu, meeting every ball, striking when the iron is hot, and now it's timeout.
But limited time. And she may change it.
6-5.
She turned the tables in this rally. Wang Yidi, his backhand here was venomous, and it stunned Wang Manyu. It looked like she was going to put the nail in the coffin there.
Oh, yes, this is brilliant from Wang Yidi. She's a different player.
She's waiting for this service a little bit longer, and it's allowing her to identify the fact that she can play it with her forehand.
Suddenly, the decision-making is back. Suddenly, the execution is back. Suddenly, the game is back. Or is it?
Just can't tell right now, can you? Did well. Wang Yidi manages to find that forehand. Manyu trying to make it tougher for her to play that shot after the comeback that we've seen here.
8-7.
Drops half to the ground after playing that.
It's tempting her, it's teasing her, that service. It's a perfect half-long serve from Wang Manyu.
Manyu has won 62% of her points on serve. Wang Yidi is just over 50-50. That's all. She has ball in hand. But the point is Wang Manyu's, and she's made it to 3 championship points.
I think we'll be referencing that previous game as the turning point in this match, and Wang Yidi hasn't been able to sweep it under the carpet.
Saved superbly. Under huge pressure. The champion from last year now has 2 more championship points to save. In Frankfurt, the champion is Wang.